Hi, my name is Thor, the moderator, and I'm here with Liz Jusino. And tell me a little bit about what your role is here at Valencia College.
My title is Coordinator, Career Program Advisor. And what I do is I advise for the AS degree students in business administration and accounting technology, as well as industrial management technology, so that they can go into either the workforce or transfer to the four-year university and get bachelor's degrees.
For how long have you been here at Valencia?
Oh, it's now since 2005, so it's now 7 years. And I've done other outside jobs or positions voluntarily with the college, such as I'm the advisor for the Gay Straight Alliance here on campus, on the East Campus, and as well as I am the professional staff leadership team chair. So I chair the team for the professional staff here on campus. Oh,
all right. Well, so you have a unique perspective then on Valencia College when it comes to the LGBTQ community here. And but before we talk about that, I'd like to learn just a little bit about you personally. And when I ask you the question, what does living with pride and authenticity mean to you on a personal level?
Well, when I think of straight up, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
When I think straight off of pride and authenticity, it's what I do every day. I have had years in which we do, as you were mentioning earlier, the editing of our vocabulary, and I was young, working in a college, afraid that if I came out, I would probably get in trouble because I worked at the registrar's office, and oh, my grades and whatever. But over the years, I had to realize that if I'm not myself, no one would really recognize my person altogether. And that includes being out with myself. So what I would do is I would introduce my girlfriend, or I would let them know that I was going to a queer meeting, GLBT meeting, or and introduce my friends as we originally are, authentically are. So that became part of my makeup, and even with my mom, I finally got to introduce my girlfriends. Believe it or not, it took me, till I was 35 to really out myself with my mom. But I had been in a relationship for 8 years already with someone, and she finally said, who's this, to you? And I finally said, well, she's what Dad is to you. So that I had to be myself with even my mother, which is difficult with a Latino community.
I see.
Being a Puerto Rican mother. And, but in my everyday work ethic as well, they know, my colleagues know that I'm out, and I just introduce my partner as my wife, or my partner, my life partner. And sometimes they're a little taken aback, but then they realize, it's nothing new.
Yeah.
This is who she is.
Well, you made an interesting point. I mean, you talked about coming out. And how is coming out different from being out?
The only difference I find is that it's that initial impact that you're going to make on someone else who, most of the time, they already know who you are. But they're not completely aware of your sexuality. So when I do tell them that I am gay or lesbian, it's more of how they were going to react, more than what I do in my everyday life.
Do you find that it's easier or more difficult to communicate that information when you've known somebody for a short time or when you've known them for a long time?
If they haven't realized it in the long time factor, it's more difficult in the long time. Short time, they don't know me well enough anyway, so I can be more myself and say, hey, well, as part of my makeup or who I am, I have a partner and she's a woman, and so we have grandkids, and talk about things that way. And it's easier because then they'll take it or leave it. Whereas when it's someone who I've already developed a long-term relationship with as a friend, it's kind of difficult to if they decide not to be your friend any longer, to deal with that. It's more painful.
Well, now you were here at Valencia College, and you have a leadership role here with the Gay Straight Alliance. And I'm just curious, from your perspective, both in that role and just being, working here, what does Valencia College do to help promote LGBTQ pride and authentic living?
Well, we have, with the Gay Straight Alliance, is a student club. And so we have student development, who's the overseeing body here on the campus, actually sponsor our events. They are the ones that give us the funding. So we have the budget from them. And they also give us the time and the facilities to have our events. So they're very supportive. I've not had any problems having events here on campus. So we actually just had a drag show about a month ago, the most, April 10th, I think it was. And that was a success. And we had the GLBT day that morning. Or early afternoon, and that was also a great success, where we had students come and they had to pick up a card and go to the different tables of the organizations, which we had community organizations here. We had the center, we had Orlando Youth Alliance, we had PFLAG. They had to go to each table and ask questions, and that would get them the food, because they would come and get some food, but they had to first sign the card. And so it was great. They had an opportunity of finding out about the organizations, and Valencia is the one that funded us.
Well, I'm curious now, at that particular event, what was your sense of the makeup of the students who came? I mean, was this primarily LGBTQ students, or was it a broader brush? Did you have the rest of the community participating as well?
Well, the rest of the community participated. The GLBT students were the ones that were, my club students were the ones that were giving out the information, as well as prizes, and we had games that the students could play, and so it was an attraction, besides the food, of course. And so the curiosity exists. It's just the ability to get that information out there. And this is what we try to do. Because GSA is Gay Straight Alliance. It's to bring everyone together to educate the community about GLBTQ issues. So it's very important that we put ourselves out there. And luckily, the students are all interested, and they wanted to come in and find out about it.
If you're talking to students, your LGBTQ students, and when it comes to pride and authentic living, what examples could you give them that would be examples of how to live with greater pride and authenticity?
Well, my first example is my partner. We've been together for 8 years now, and we grew up together. Actually, we knew each other from childhood, and to know that even though we had different paths in our life, we actually came together after so long. She has kids and everything, so she had a time where she was married, and it shows them that there's the possibility to have a long-term relationship, to actually come together in the circle of life, to be yourself, and to finally say, this is what I need in life. This is who I want to be with. And so to have a stable relationship is one of the things that I find is very important. They know that I'm out at work. And so they can see that you can be yourself and still contribute. Because a lot of times they think, oh my God, somebody's going to reject me, or somebody's not going to listen to me because I'm gay or something. No. We're ahead of that now. So to know that I'm out at work is another thing that they can see. To know that I am my authentic myself with my peers shows them that as well.
Well, the name of this site where this interview will be posted is Pride Counts, and I like to close every interview with you completing a sentence for me. And pride counts because
that's how you're going to be yourself and happy.
All right.
I want to be happy, and pride counts to make me happy.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for participating in the interview.